Welcome, team.
My
Alvin's just getting ready.
so unorganized these days, man, for some reason.
It's because we're in lockdown, bro. That's why.
Exactly. Welcome, guys. Nash Push Podcast, episode number 7.
Seven, bro.
That's right.
Come on.
Today it's just me and Nash. I hope everyone enjoys ranting.
Hey, if you haven't already, check out our most recent episode with, this is our most recent episode. Our last episode with Berdina Magdalena. She is an amazing trainer who has just won her pro card, New Zealand's first ever wellness pro. We did a great interview with her. Check that out if you haven't already. The link is in our bio. And the link to the video is actually going to be at the top of my head at the end of this video. So have a
top
look.
of Nash's head.
How are you, bro?
How are you, bro? I'm good,
bro.
man. How are you?
Can't believe we're back in lockdown, man.
You know what? I actually enjoy lockdown, bro.
Yeah?
I don't know. Yeah. Because it's just a downtime for me, you know? The only thing I hate is that we don't have the gym. But other than that, I actually enjoy lockdown because I can just seriously, bro. I can just do whatever I want.
Yeah, fair enough. What does it look like training wise for you?
I haven't trained for a week. Nah.
Yeah.
Just cardio, that's it. I've lost weight, bro.
I saw that, man. You're 82 now.
Yeah, I was 83, I think, before the lockdown. So about 800 grams in a week.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
Are you that person? Damn. No, you're not. You're like me, bro. You're naturally big boned.
Yeah.
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 So,
I'm naturally big bone. I think it's because I think my nutrition hasn't been the best this lockdown.
Okay. Yeah.
Like when I say I don't think I'm eating enough. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Like I think I just don't have the appetite to eat, bro, when I'm not training.
Yeah. That's fair.
So I can't eat much food. I'm eating food, but maybe like 2,000 calories.
Oh, damn.
Or like 2,100, you know, when I'm training, I'm like 2,700. So that's like a 600 calorie deficit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But tomorrow we're actually ordering some weight sets. So I'm actually I'm actually looking forward to that. So, you know, there's this website called Lee Warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
Go check it out, guys. If you guys want some weight stuff as well. They got some good deals there. It's a little bit expensive, but you could find what you want and really fit, like really work out with your budget and see what kind of stuff really fits. So I'm getting some dumbbells and some and like an incline bench and maybe a treadmill. So that will make a difference on my appetite after that, you know.
Oh, nice.
Because I'll be training back to normal.
Do you have space to put it?
Well, when I say training back to normal, like nothing like a gym, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just usual, like, you know, like
training.
Maintaining workouts. Yeah.
Just as long as
Just
you're
like
training,
Yeah, exactly. Just like home workouts and stuff.
Oh, good.
But how how's like, are you still training or what?
Of course, bro. Of course.
Oh, you are?
Of course, bro. Not with planks or anything anymore because last year around Christmas I got some weights, some dumbbells.
Oh, you did?
And some barbell, and like a barbell from, like, it's not actually a barbell, but it's a barbell, like what do you call it? The portable ones where you can sort of you can take them off and all that. It's like where you can pretty much put it in your car and take it around the country. Stuff. So I got that from my parents as a Christmas gift last year. So when we went into lockdown, in February, that was me for that week. So that's been me for the last week. I took a rest day today just because I needed to chill. But yeah.
So you got dumbbells up to like heavy dumbbells?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, not
up to where?
Not like heavy as in like City Fitness.
Yeah, no, but like how many kilos?
Yeah, so 20. I think the most that you can go up to is 24.
Oh, that's good, bro. That's mean.
Yeah,
it's good to maintain, right?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. So I've just obviously been doing more reps and stuff. So bro, it's good. I mean, I'm thankful to still have something to work out. And if it had come down to it, I you can mark my words, I would have gone back to freaking planks and all that. But I'm thankful to have proper weights this time and just utilize it to normal potential. And the cardio has just been walking around the neighborhood.
Same.
Which is good. But yeah, I can't. Yeah, it's just. I'm just hoping when we get out of lockdown, it's pretty soon because.
Bro. But then it's gonna be a while, I reckon.
It's gonna be a while, eh? It's gonna be the next. I think it's gonna be the next month, bro, that we're in lockdown.
Apparently, this is bigger than the first COVID that we had in 2020.
Way bigger.
Way bigger.
Way bigger. It's crazy.
You know what happened? Hey, did you hear that do you know the Australian rugby team was playing last week or the week before?
Yeah, last week.
Apparently they didn't quarantine. So they came straight away from New South Wales or whatever. They came straight away to New Zealand and they didn't quarantine. They played the game and all of them were in Sky City. So if you see, we have this New South Wales wave, bro. Do you know what I mean? That's what I heard. I heard that they haven't, they didn't get quarantined. They just came straight away.
Did that have anything to do with Australia's bubble still being open? Because they had closed.
I don't know.
They had closed some.
The deal, eh?
But I don't know. That's really weird. They didn't quarantine.
Do they still have that quarantine issue with New Zealand and Australia, or did they close it? Or not? They closed today.
Oh, completely closed now, bro. Well, close to the whole world, bro.
No. I mean, like back then, you know how like Australians or New Zealanders didn't have that quarantine issue while they were going to each other's countries. Remember that?
Last year, rugby last year?
No, this year. You know how they you know how Australia took it off?
Yeah. They didn't. I don't think it didn't sound like they had any issues.
I don't know. Yeah, well, apparently I heard that none of the rugby players had to quarantine, but I'm just wondering, in the first place, did they have to quarantine though? Because they took that rule off at the first place. You don't remember?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I'm confused.
It doesn't sound like they had to, eh?
Because apparently, bro, like this wave is from the South Wales, New South Wales. That's what I think.
Oh, you mean when the first case came about?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
And all this spread or whatever. Like apparently, because did you see my Instagram post I put like a few days ago? I said that it's up to 120 cases can go, and look at us now. Like 3 days later, we had 105.
Bro, it's gonna be 120 tomorrow, I reckon.
100% more, bro. So we are literally expecting to be probably for a month.
I think it'll be. Huh? I think, bro, I'm not gonna be very popular with this, but I'm praying that we get out of it ASAP. But I do think that it's going to be longer than April last year's, where I think it's going to be level 4 for 6 weeks, and then level 3 for 2 weeks, and I don't think we're seeing level 2.
That's like 2 months
until like October, bro. Like end of October. I don't know. At this rate, it could, it could dramatically.
What's gonna happen to the IFBB comms? A lot of my mates are pulling out.
Yeah, I don't blame them at all. I think anything
it's very hard.
I think anything that's between now and the end of September, gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, seriously, I feel sorry. For everyone, like, a few of my good mates were prepping and they just had to, it's fair enough. Like, bro, like, I mean, let's be honest, like, it's very hard to prep when it's uncertain. Like me and you were just crazy last year, and literally like things just happened in our favor, But I end up doing 4 back-to-back. Actually, my first comp got canceled because of COVID, because I was going to do Auckland Champs, but instead I did a photo shoot. That's why after that I went to Wellington and competed. You know what I mean?
And even then we were in a level 2 when you did that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we went to level 2. That's right.
Yeah.
So me and you are just crazy because we were just in the prep brain. We were like, let's get it done,
I think to add to that as well, bro, I think one thing we did really well was encourage each other, because there were times when we were both thinking about dropping out.
Yeah,
And we were like, bro, this
100%.
is bigger than us, man. Like, we've got a vision. Let's go
100%.
achieve it, you know?
I was actually like, I think August came in, and I remember I finished my workout, and midday they announced the lockdown. I was like, oh my gosh. After like 6 months there, after like 5 months, they're announcing a lockdown, because I never thought it was gonna happen. I was in the gym training at Snap. And then I remember I was like, oh, that's it. Like, I need to quit. Like, there's no way in the world I'm gonna continue this prep. And then I remember Jeremy coming to me and saying, nah, just keep on going, bro. And Roger Ventura, he was like, just, dude, you work so hard. Like, you would be a fool to give up right now. You know, we don't even know how long this lockdown is going to last. Luckily, it was only 10 days or 7 days or whatever. So, you know, it was still uncertain, because I remember we went back on lockdown again in August, I think. I can't, if I remember. But by then my mindset is like, nah, nothing can stop me now. I'm just going to keep on going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
So, I mean, like, you were working out with bricks, eh?
Yeah, in
Bro,
the first lockdown.
That's a real African style, bro. Work out with bricks and woods.
No, bro. They work out with weights in Africa. In Africa.
Now, did you watch William Borneck's interview with Dennis James on the Minis podcast? And William Borneck was saying he first started training in Ghana, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was starting like he trained with like woods and like cement blocks and stuff back then.
Wow. That's
so
crazy.
Dennis was like, so that is real when you see these Facebook stuff. He's like, yeah, it's 100% real.
Oh, 100. But there's this one called what is it called? West African, Ghana Bodybuilders Avenue or something like that.
Yeah, and
bro.
They just smash it, bro. And
African
then when they say real,
Avenue or something like that, bro. They create their own weights with basically concrete stuff and stuff like logs and things like that, and they look better than a lot of
they look better than a lot
professional
of people,
bodybuilders,
bro.
man. Look better than a lot of IFBB pros, straight up.
It's like, you know, when these fellas go and train in a real gym, bro, they just explode. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
They explode.
Well, look at Bonek.
Cat Bonek. People are gonna say
yeah.
PEDs. Guys, trust me, you can take as much as Bonek and you'll still not grow if you don't have good genetics.
Exactly.
There are some people who are actually doing more than him at the Olympia level, and they don't even look as half as good as him.
Bro, straight up. Top 5.
People don't know. 100%. You gotta be genetically gifted, you know? It's crazy. You know what I mean? So, well, we're on lockdown now, guys. I think we just had to keep.
All right, let's talk about
the topic.
Bro, Hollywood transformations, man. Hollywood in general.
Yeah, I was actually watching the video that you gave me, you know, right now, the link before you sent. And bro, that is incredible, eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of people don't think this.
Yeah. Huh? Well, sorry, go. I interrupted you.
A lot of people don't think about this. You know what I mean? Like, they think when Zac Efron and The Rock have those kind of physique is by eating chicken and broccoli. That's a laugh, eh? Seriously.
Bro, that is misleading.
Yeah. What's your take on this though? Like, what do you think about this?
I think when they're saying just chicken breast and veggies, I'm thinking the first thing that came to my mind was one of the first things that even my previous coach told me, but I mean, obviously, because you're my coach now, you always preach it to me. You got to have that, you know, carbs, like, super important. Where's your kumara? Where's your rice? Where's your potatoes? Where's those, bro? Those are the essential parts of your nutrition, not necessarily just to train to become a bodybuilder or to become a professional athlete, just to live as a human being. You know, where is that?
100%.
You know, exactly. and you're saying you're going down to 6-7% body fat with basically all of that, and it's I guess I guess my question is, where like bodybuilding is different because of the fact that you're doing it over a certain period of time, plus you've got a diet, nutrition, and you're doing it for 5 or 6 months. I guess
Yeah.
where I'm coming from is that these guys are doing it in a short period of time. Like I think I saw somewhere on the video where it said Mark Wahlberg, Bradley Cooper, when he did American Sniper, put on 40 pounds of muscle in I forgot how many weeks or something.
7 weeks.
7 weeks. Seven
Yeah.
weeks. So you're telling me that he put on basically what's 40 pounds? Probably approximately 23, 24 kgs of muscle.
Or 20 kilos. Yeah. About
in
20
7
kilos.
weeks. That is, unless you are enhanced, that
That is mind blowing.
physically impossible. You can't even put on 20 kgs of muscle in years. It takes years, bro. People
20
are still
kilos
doing
of muscle takes. I think that's how much like I have put all my bodybuilding life of 10 years.
Yeah.
Because I was 49 kilos when I started. And then when I get shredded, I'm about 70 kilos. So yeah, 21 kilos of muscle.
There you go.
See what I mean? So that's me.
And
been training for almost 11 years.
And would you say all of it is muscle though?
What, like you mean like 21? Yeah, because if you see, because I was 49 kilos when I started, right?
Wow.
So when I'm prepping on stage, I'm about 70 kilos, 67 to 70 kilos, about 5% body fat, 6% body fat. So that's about 20 kilos of muscle.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you see, but that's 11 years of training. 11 years of training, right? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Because if you see, hold up. I'm not bigger than this. Wrong. I don't even think I've gained that much.
That's fine.
I don't know.
But the fact that you.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm confused.
But the fact that you've put that in years, the fact that you've thought years tells you something.
Yeah.
Tells you something. How can someone do that over 7 weeks?
Exactly.
7 weeks.
7 weeks of 20 pounds, what, 40 pounds of muscle is ridiculous, bro. That is crazy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is mind-blowing.
Yeah, bro.
Seriously.
Absolutely.
Not a lot of people do that at all. Like, seriously, man. I mean, exactly. So a lot of people are going to believe that.
Mm-hmm.
And also be disheartened the fact that, they don't look like that, or they didn't gain whatever 40 pounds of muscle in 7 weeks, when, deep down, these guys are juicing behind their bones,
Oh, 100%, bro. They are doing that all day long. And,
you know what I mean?
I think the best example, bro, I love The Rock. I find his work so inspirational.
Yeah.
I think he is, without a doubt, the hardest working man in Hollywood right now.
100%.
With his acting, with his business stuff, with wanting to grow the bodybuilding industry, with even just the way he's given back to WWE. He is an incredibly hardworking man. In saying that as well, like I've always got reservations around the fact that I guess the whole transformation of his body, because if you look at his physique now versus when he was a WWE wrestler, he was already huge physically as a WWE wrestler. He's in his late 20s, going into his early 30s, I think. Now he's almost 50, and he looks
almost 50,
way bigger, more shredded than he did when he was a wrestler. And when he was a wrestler, he was my age or a little bit older. You cannot say that it's obvious anyway that there is enhancements and stuff. And I'm sure if The Rock was to approached about it, he would be transparent about it. However,
100%.
The fact that people are, I guess, looking at things like you see those training programs like Train Like The Rock and all those things, and people giving it a go, or people looking at what he eats and thinking that it's going to work for me. Have you seen what he eats? The stuff that he posts on Instagram. That's not. That's stuff that works for him. He has got probably two of the best genetic groups ever, Samoan and black.
And
On top
black,
of it,
exactly.
on top of that, like he's also got an incredibly disciplined and diligent work ethic that is probably has not been matched ever in the history of Hollywood. When it comes to
100%.
action.
Yeah.
But the fact that we're comparing what he eats, or we're trying to look at what he eats and going, oh man, that might work for me and stuff, that's poisonous to our own vision towards achieving results, or achieving what we want to achieve. Because like we cannot be like The Rock. I can't be like The Rock, bro.
No
Absolutely
one can.
No, you can't be like, bro. Nobody, bro.
Not a chance.
Not even close.
Not even close. That's
Not even
that's
close.
just a human. That's just a specimen of a human,
Yeah, straight up. Straight up.
He's just like he's just that one in a million where man, like how can you get older and just improve? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it should be the opposite. Like
naturally.
the
Yeah.
older you get, after like 40, pretty much, it just goes downhill.
Straight
But
up.
this guy, he looks way better than what he was in the early 20s when he was wrestling. He actually looked very average when he was wrestling
Yes,
compared to now.
And the fact, and in saying that, bro, when he was wrestling, he still looked pretty good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. He still look really good, but compared to now, it's just nothing.
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 It's crazy.
So how can you go from that to like being 10 times better?
Yeah.
While getting older.
While getting older. He's 50 next year.
Oh, exactly. He's 50 next year.
Yeah.
The Rock is 50 next year, bro.
Yeah.
And he looks like in his 30s still.
Yeah. Like he looks like he's in his late. He looks about 10 years younger than he is, bro. Straight up.
Yeah. Which is mind-blowing to even think.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people do tend to believe these Hollywood transformations where they think because they don't look like bodybuilders like Phil Heath or like Jay Cutler and stuff, they don't take performance enhancement drugs. Honestly, I know guys who work at our own gym who look like twigs and they are still on gear.
Yeah, same. Well, not at where they work, but like,
yeah,
it's crazy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just because these people don't look, apart from The Rock, like if you see Zac Efron and them, they're just lean guys. Just because these guys don't look like Phil Heath or like Jay Cutler or whatever, doesn't mean they're not on PEDs. They're taking different agents of compounds to get to that point. And there's no way you could achieve that kind of physique in such short amount of time. If you do that naturally, that's going to take at least 4 to 5 years. And these guys achieved it in literally a year, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What do you think about it on the side of people comparing themselves to? Because you look at magazines like GQ and Men's Health, and things like that, which are generally quite informative articles in magazines to read. And I used to have I grew up having a whole bunch of Men's Health magazines. I think I had like 3 or 4 years worth of those magazines. And one of the things though is that they promote these nutrition plans and they give them to the general public, and these are stuff that people have done over movies. For instance, Chris Evans, who was Captain America, you look at how big he was in the Captain America films and stuff. And then he goes, I don't know if he's done a GQ or a Men's Health promo before, whatever, or even a magazine shoot or those things. And then we start like modeling, or people, or it's giving the hint to a listener or a subscriber that, man, if I follow this nutrition plan, then maybe I could be like, Chris Evans, when that's impossible. What are your thoughts on magazines possibly, actually not, it's not possibly, they are, it's certain, what are your thoughts on them misleading people with these kind of things, and what advice can you give to people listening right now?
Well, honestly, magazines. This is the thing. Okay, magazines are a business tool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're gonna use all these kind of people so that it's gonna make their brand a lot more bigger because these guys are icons and a lot of people look up to them.
Yeah.
You know, and I can't blame people who are gonna believe on their diets and their training protocol because if I was me 15 years ago, I would do the same thing. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't educated or much. What the magazines do, the way they write these articles, the way they portray these training programs, the way they portray these diet plans is actually believable to the normal audience, the average audience. You know what I mean? As I said, if I was in that boat 10, 15 years ago, I would do the same. In fact, if I went and bought a magazine in 2009, 10, and I was getting into bodybuilding, I would read it and do exactly the same thing what they would do.
Wow.
You know, because you're uneducated. You know what I mean? You believe it. You know, you're like, oh, it's a magazine, you know. It's something that you could learn from, right?
Yeah.
But people today should actually not even care about the magazines, or even if they buy the magazines, a lot of people still would believe it, but they shouldn't. It's because honestly, if you take those training protocols, diet protocols, bro, half of the stuff that they even put in the magazine aren't even real. It is not even what that person has done before. They just do some random stuff. They're probably like copy paste from here and there. That's about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's actually not even true. Maybe like 50% is true and 50% is absolute rubbish.
Yeah.
Because let me be honest. There's no way in the world someone's going to put their secret out there to build a body like Captain America or stuff like that. Or maybe they do. But in my opinion, I feel like, come on, you're not going to put 100% out there. No. Maybe like max 70%, which is true. But the other 30%, they would not put it out there. It might be confidential as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the average Joe is going to believe that and do the same thing. To little that they know it's not going to work, and they get disheartened about it. And this is how people create, a bad relationship with exercise, with all kinds of stuff. You know, they're like, what's the point of going to the gym? Because you don't get this, you don't get that. That's why we're here to educate people and say what might have worked for them is never going to work for you.
Yeah.
And 100%, if you look at magazine, that is not even real. It's not even 100% real. As I said, maybe 50 to 70% it's right.
Yeah. Nice.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's true. So that is really my take on it because, as I said, for a bodybuilder, when you see a guy like Ronnie Coleman, Phil Heath, Jay Cutler, people look at them and be like, "That you can't do that. That is full of steroids." That's what they say, right? But when they see a guy like Zac Efron,
they're
like, "Oh my gosh, I can be like Zac Efron. Look at that
100%.
body. It's cut and it's just attainable for the natural eye. You know, you can get that big. That is not steroids." I'd be surprised if he's on gear. That's what a normal average person would think. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right.
No, you're right.
But little do they know, Zac Efron was on some good, probably pharmaceutical stuff because he's super rich. He can get the best doctors. He can get the best PDUs. He can get the best drugs in the world to look like that and also to look healthy afterwards because all his doctors would be monitoring him step by step as he's taking those stuff.
Nice.
To prevent side effects.
Yeah.
So don't be fooled, you know?
Yeah.
What's your take, bro? Like, what do you think about this?
I think
do you agree with me or what?
I 100% agree with you. I fully agree with you. I think you used a spot on example with Zac Efron as well. I think because a lot of people don't, I think a lot of people look at, I think the best example is actually when he was in Baywatch with The Rock.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
You look at that.
And also, you're sorry, but if you see The Rock and Zac, it's like The Rock is
Zocky.
Oh my god.
It's so funny, bro.
You know what I was trying to say? I was going to say Rock.
Rocky,
but I put Zac Efron and Rock together. It's Zoc.
So funny, bro.
This could be the edit, bro. For
all right, straight up. That's so funny. That's so funny.
Anyway, if you see Zac Efron and Rock in that movie, right?
Mm.
The Rock is out, literally like the Rock is smoking Zac
Yeah.
from the muscularity point, right?
Oh, 100%, bro.
But if you see Zac, is so much more shredded in
Mm.
that movie, you know. So you could see one thing: the Rock's genetics are far more superior than Zac Efron's muscularity, right?
Yeah.
But if you see, Zac had the most symmetrical abs where the
Yeah.
Rock didn't. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And he was
100%.
more harder, and he was more shredded.
Yeah.
So people are gonna look at those physiques and be like, "Oh, the Rock is on gear straight away." You know what I mean? Because he's way more bigger and way more muscular. But when they see Zack, they're gonna be like, "Oh no, I don't think he's on gear. That's actually attainable being netty." You know what I mean?
Yeah. I heard that actually
Exactly.
2 weeks ago. I heard that 2 weeks ago from someone. I was saying because I was asking. I think I talked about Baywatch because we watched it a few weeks ago, and to be honest, the movie wasn't very good.
Oh, bro, I watched it. I hated it.
Yeah,
Seriously.
yeah. So, but then, anyways, so I talked about it with someone, and then they asked that they were actually saying, do you think Zac Efron was on steroids? And I said, absolutely, 100% he was. You go back to when he did. I wouldn't say because High School Musical is now probably 13, 14 years ago. So
I
that's
remember
probably
High
not the
School Musical came in 2008, I believe,
something like that.
2007.
2000,
That's
yeah, right about that
that
period.
that's the year I came to New Zealand, 2008.
Yeah.
So it was so famous because they even played in Auckland Grammar in one of our classes because we
Oh,
had to
there you go.
watch it. So
Yeah.
2000, I think it came around 2006, but like high 6, 7, but then High School Musical 2 and 3 came around 2008 and 9, I
Yeah,
reckon.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty accurate. So, so you think, yeah, so it's probably not an accurate example to compare it to that. What I think is more accurate is actually to compare it to his more recent roles, like the one where he was with Robert De Niro, Bad Grandpa, and then I don't know if this was before or after Baywatch, but he portrayed a serial killer. I can't remember the movie name. It's quite a long name. But that in that movie, his physique is normal. It's normal standard. And then that's in between those movies, and then when he does Baywatch. And when he does Baywatch, you see the physique transformation is absolutely insane. And it's over a short period of time. That's something that somebody achieves over a few years and achieves it, even getting to a point where you're so shredded. You're basically beating the Rock in
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 condition point.
in condition point. Yeah, exactly. So, um,
That is
I
crazy.
think I think I think I think people look at Zac Efron, and sometimes I feel like they're looking at, oh, Troy Bolton wouldn't do that because he was
Yeah.
my hero for during my high school years and stuff.
Yeah.
But then the reality of the situation is Zac Efron is in Hollywood to make, obviously, to be one of the greatest actors of all time, which he's I wouldn't say he is right now, but he's going to be one day, I believe. But when you look at what he's needed to do to be able to, I guess, match up to the Rock, especially on the screen, and also in order to fulfill what he had in the role, and also I guess even to fulfill the fact that he was getting paid millions of dollars. And I guess this actually goes for any actor around the world that is actually in this position that has to, get down to a low percentage of body fat. And there are so many transformations. In fact, people can see a lot of transformations right now, with the final edit of people that are either over the age of 40 something, 50 something, and they look insane, or they've achieved a crazy physique over a short period of time. And then you compare it to their next movie or their last movie, which is around about the similar time as well. I think that what they're doing, they sign all these disclosures, they sign all these agreements that actually, that they take, that says, I guess even the video is saying, they taking all this stuff and it's not. It's left confidential. If left confidential, they're taken care of. Their families are taken care of, bro. Their grandkids, whatever, taken care of. Like, imagine that. So of course you're going to do that, and of course I guess Zac Efron is in that position to do that. Of course The Rock is doing that. Of course Chris Evans, all these Marvel people, they're doing that as well. To, make money to do all of that. I guess where the lining is was where people start comparing, like what we were saying. People start comparing themselves, and then people start even making the opinion, going, "Man, I could actually achieve that physique of Zac Efron, and I could actually look like Chris Evans, or I could look like I don't know." So who else is a good example?
The Indian guy, what's his name? The guy who made a
Kumail
mad transformation.
Kumail
Yeah,
Nanjiani, yeah,
bro,
yeah,
that guy's
yeah,
wow.
yeah. He looks good though.
Yeah,
Yeah, but like people look at that instead of actually looking at their own goals and looking at what they could achieve by what they put into their work. They're looking at these Hollywood actors, and they're looking at these Hollywood actors and actresses who are taking things that they're not going to disclose, who are doing things that are, it's all ultimately for financial gain and to look after them and their family. And
exactly.
they're gonna look like that, and they're gonna take all these things that they're not going to disclose,
Yeah.
and
I mean,
yeah.
bro, let me be honest. Like, if I was in that position, I would do the same. I would take it 100%.
Wow. It's
Yeah,
hard,
like
eh? It's a hard one.
let me be honest, if you're gonna pay me that much money and you're gonna give me the best doctors and the best pharmaceutical drugs, this is very tempting. Do you know what I mean?
I
It's
don't know
very
if I would,
tempting.
eh? To be honest, it goes against my values.
Yeah.
I can see why people do it.
I think I would if you're gonna pay me like millions of dollars.
Yeah,
The reason why I would, it's because, as I said, like, if you are getting paid that amount of money and you're getting the best doctors, you're still gonna put your health on the risk, no matter what. Don't get me
yeah,
wrong. Anything you're gonna play with fire, you gotta understand. But if you're getting the best doctors and you're gonna get monitored each and every single way, to prevent side effects, I think I would give it a shot
yeah.
and
Wow,
see. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think I
it's a
would, to be honest.
it's a hard one.
It's a tough one. Maybe when it comes to that point, I'll be like, nah. But now, like, I feel like if there was legitimate, like, doctors like that who are taking care of them, then, and you're getting paid some good amount of money, then yeah,
Yeah.
why not?
What do you think about Do you think the same applies actually to maybe the actresses as well? With I guess you look at people like Scarlett Johansson
Yeah, I don't know, man.
even the
Like with
even the ladies on Baywatch as well,
yeah,
um, all the the ones on Black Panther as well. They look really good. They've done
yeah,
very.
but
You know,
I don't think, bro.
you don't think so?
I don't think they don't look like that bodybuilder chick. Kind of like they look a bit softer.
Softer,
But
yeah.
again, who knows, man? Like who
Yeah.
knows with these Hollywood people? They might be taking a little bit of Anavaclan.
I think just to finish off, I think another thing that we really need to, and I just want to encourage the people listening, is that um, comparing yourself to the people that you see on TV is detrimental, not just towards your physical potential, but actually just your general mental health. If you're comparing, looking at yourself going, oh man, I'm not enough because I'm seeing the Rock's physique, and
Yeah,
and the person that's comparing looks amazing, but then they don't
yeah,
think they're amazing because they compare themselves to the Rock or to Zac Efron or Chris Evans or these, a lot of these people, Mark Wahlberg, whatever. These people are doing things, and they're signing understandably signing stuff that this that that they're not allowed to disclose, because they're getting paid millions of dollars that will not just look after them, but look after their family and generations to come. They're being paid to look impeccable and have these unreal physiques. You comparing yourselves to them is actually doing yourself injustice, and you're putting yourself in this box of, I want to look like this person, when there's so much of a bigger box. Like, God has called us to these bigger things, called us to bigger things. I understand not everyone will have that perspective on God calling you towards things, but that's the way I see it, where it's like,
that's the way I see it too.
Yeah, God has called
100%.
us to bigger and greater things. How can we put ourselves 100%. in this box and compare ourselves to someone else who's doing all these things that we have no idea about? Look at what you're doing and look at the physical potential that you have, and work towards strengthening and enhancing that even more. And when I say enhancing, I'm not saying jump on roids or anything. I don't recommend it.
Yeah.
And Albert has just given a story.
Growth.
Yeah, enhance it by looking after yourself from a nutritional perspective, with eating, having a balanced nutrition diet, by training, by being diligent with your workouts, by not abusing your body from a physical standpoint or a food standpoint, in terms of
100%.
not like basically being a couch potato, or just eating junk food all the time, because that's not going to be good.
Of course.
That's
100%.
That is you achieving your physical goals. There's no need for you to compare yourself to a Hollywood superstar or whatever, because you have no idea what they're doing. And also, there's a very good chance that they're on things that you have no idea about. And these guys have some of the greatest doctors of all time in their corner.